So we're in the detail garage. For the last couple of days we've been doing a full winter prep detail on this Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 2012, and as we were going around doing the detail, this bumper had been damaged. The owner's mother actually backed into it about 1.5 years ago, and you know, it was sentimental, but it was time to fix it. So I just kind of wanted to give a quick narration as to what was going on and how I actually fixed this. This is a plastic bumper on a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. A lot of bumpers out there are made of fiberglass, and you can't do this to fiberglass, so it's not going to respond the same way that this plastic does. So I was looking at it, wanted to fix it, and this is the steps that I went through. First, and I'll play the video along with it, I drilled a small hole in the back of the bumper. I checked the exterior of the frame of the bumper to make sure that I wasn't going to drill into an area where there was plastic behind it, so I tapped a couple places on the plastic to make sure I heard that hollow sound and that it was at an angle that was going to be able to get to the area that was damaged. So I went ahead and I started with a small screwdriver. That's all I had. I was really limited on actual tools, and I just started, you know, working a small pilot hole into the plastic, and then from there I used a different screwdriver to make a bigger pilot hole, and then I used a switchblade actually, and you know, use that blade to dig out a hole large enough that I could stick a large flathead screwdriver. I originally started with a Phillips head screwdriver, but you could see as I was poking it against the plastic,
can you see that?
A small dimple was coming through, and I didn't want to damage it worse than it was, but I figured, my thought process was that I can't make this any worse than it already is, so you know, let's see what I can do. So I figured out how to gauge where the screwdriver was after I drilled the hole by pushing it very strongly against the backside of this plastic, exposing a very small dimple that you really have to look for. That tells you where the screwdriver is, and it also tells you a little bit about the pressure that you can put on the backside of it. Then, after I was able to gauge where the screwdriver was in relation to the damaged area, I used just a hairdryer, and not even a good hairdryer. Our heat gun was actually taken up to SEMA this week to use in the displays, so I didn't even have that. I had to get a hairdryer from kit makers, and again, it was not a very good hairdryer at that, but just turned it on high setting, and I just started at the front and just really started to warm up all of this corner with the hairdryer to just try to weaken the plastic a little bit to make it a little bit malleable. So I did that starting at the front, kind of in this area where I felt it could pop back out, and I heated up that plastic as best I could without going too far, and then very slowly I started working out that plastic, and then I could feel it starting to go, and then it popped. And then the rest of it was just kind of damage control and remolding it so that it looked better. It's never going to look new again. If I wanted a new bumper, I would have to go out and buy a new bumper. I'm sure that a new one has to cost at least in the range, minimum $200, if not up to $600 and $800 for a new bumper. So this took about 20 minutes. And then to really make it look its best, after I popped it out and I did some reforming, I cleaned it out with Chemical Guy's Degreaser. It's a really good cleaning agent for porous plastics such as Jeep Wrangler fenders and bumpers. It gets into that porous plastic and removes dirt and contamination. And since this was pushed in for about 1.5 years, it got dirt and it got grime and oil stuck up into that crease, and I wanted to clean it out. And also the next step, I like to always clean the pores of the plastic really well as I'm restoring any old plastic parts. Restore it, clean it with the degreaser first, and then I like to put on some new look trim gel, and this just gives it that black lustrous shine that you're just seeing right here. That's the oil-based new look trim gel. So after I cleaned it with the degreaser, while it was still warm, I applied some New Look trim gel to the plastic, and then I actually reapplied the heat to that bumper, just helping to have that bumper absorb in some of the porous environments that, you know, porous surfaces that it has, to take some of that New Look trim gel deep down into the plastic to maybe restore that look, that black lustrous, you know, factory-ish look. So again, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. It's a plastic bumper that was dented and is no longer dented. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out. I thought it was pretty cool. It didn't take that much time, and again, I couldn't have really made it look too much worse. A couple notes though, a couple things I learned along the way. One, the amount of pressure you apply to the back end of the plastic is about double the amount of pressure you should put onto it. So you have to be very careful while heating up that plastic that you're not going to poke a hole through the side. Luckily, I was gentle enough that that never happened, but you can see that dimple come up at a couple points, and you can just start to back off. Second thing is, while the plastic is hot from the hairdryer, the heat gun, whatever tool you're using, do not apply degreaser directly to hot plastic. It causes some kind of reaction where you can actually stain the plastic forever. So you want to just be careful about that. Only use the degreaser on cool plastic. And the new look trim gel, third thing is, you can use that hairdryer to help get some of that oil deep down into the plastic pores and really rejuvenate that factory finish look as best you can from something that was damaged. So this is just a quick video on how to fix a dented plastic bumper on a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you want to check out our YouTube channel, we have over 600 videos on how to detail anything. So my name's Corey, and I am a chemical guy.